Hello and welcome to today's episode where we're diving headfirst into a topic that's become absolutely essential in our digital lives: multi-factor authentication, or MFA for short. If you're serious about boosting your security, this is a must-have tool in your arsenal. I've spent quite a bit of time working on fraud prevention, and I've gathered some invaluable tips that have really made a difference for me. So I'm excited to share these insights with you today. First up, let's talk about where to start implementing MFA. You want to begin with high-risk areas. This typically means your financial accounts, your primary email, and any systems housing sensitive personal data. It's fascinating, isn't it? For all the talk about high-tech cyber attacks, the basics are often where things fall apart. The 2024 Verizon Data Breach Investigations report even pointed out that stolen credentials were involved in 24% of breaches. And remember, the human element, which includes errors and social engineering, accounts for a whopping 68% of breaches. Starting with these critical areas will give you the most bang for your buck. Now, while we're on the subject of MFA methods, let's address SMS-based authentication. It's certainly better than nothing, but it's not the strongest option out there. SIM swapping attacks have been on the rise, and that can be a real headache. Imagine someone persuading your mobile carrier to switch your number to their SIM card. Suddenly, every SMS-based verification code meant for you ends up in their hands. That's why I always recommend app-based authenticators, or if possible, hardware tokens. They offer much stronger security. Speaking of security, one crucial element is education. Empower your team with knowledge. When your team understands why MFA is important, they're much more likely to embrace it. Don't just enforce it. Share real-world stories of breaches and demonstrate how MFA could have thwarted those attacks. Knowing the risks and the protective power of MFA can turn your team into allies in strengthening your security. Another great strategy is integrating MFA with single sign-on systems. This is not just about convenience. It dramatically reduces the number of passwords users need to manage, cutting down on that pesky security fatigue. When users are overwhelmed, they tend to take shortcuts, and those shortcuts can be risky. Streamlining access without compromising security is a win-win. Now, let's focus on privileged accounts. These accounts, with administrative privileges, are prime targets for attackers. Securing them with strong MFA protects your most critical systems from unauthorized access. It's like locking the doors to the kingdom. If there's one area to lock down first, this is it. Balancing security and usability is paramount. You want your MFA solutions to be easy to use, or you'll face pushback. If the process is too complicated, users will find workarounds or, heaven forbid, write down codes. That defeats the whole purpose of MFA. You want people to adopt the system, not avoid it. Security is an ever-evolving field, so regularly updating your MFA methods is crucial. You don't want to rely on outdated technologies that attackers have already figured out. Staying current is not just a good practice. It's essential for survival in the digital world. Remote work is now a norm, and with it comes an expanded attack surface. More than half of U.S. employees work in hybrid environments, and about 27% are fully remote. Securing remote access with MFA is more critical than ever. It's a protective barrier against unauthorized access from compromised devices outside your network. Monitoring and adapting continuously to your MFA's effectiveness is key. Use analytics to understand how often MFA is triggered and where users might struggle. If you notice unusual spikes in failed attempts from a certain region, that's a red flag. Continuous monitoring transforms a static security measure into a dynamic defense. Getting key stakeholders involved early in the process is a strategic move. Their buy-in ensures smoother implementation and better resource allocation. A collaborative approach often results in a more successful rollout. Support and resources for users transitioning to MFA are important too. Provide clear guides, FAQs, and dedicated support channels. A little hand-holding can make the transition much less stressful for everyone involved. Even with MFA in place, strong passwords are still vitally important. MFA is a great second line of defense, but strong passwords make sure the first line isn't easy to breach. Encourage users to create complex, unique passwords. You want every layer of your security to be as robust as possible. Testing your MFA system regularly is a must. Simulate scenarios to spot potential weaknesses. It's always better to find and fix issues internally before malicious actors exploit them. Lastly, staying informed is your best defense. The cybersecurity landscape is always shifting, with new threats emerging all the time. Subscribe to industry newsletters, attend webinars, and participate in forums to stay ahead of the curve. So, when should you implement MFA? As soon as possible, especially for high-risk accounts. And what's the best type of MFA? App-based authenticators or hardware tokens are usually the most secure. But choose the type that best fits your organizational needs and user capabilities. Thanks for joining me today. I hope these tips help you implement MFA like a pro. Stay safe out there, keep your systems secure, and I'll catch you in the next episode.